Everyone, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nishant, and in this video we will be deploying GKE Cluster on Google Cloud, and also we will be deploying containerized application on it. And we will be also doing some cool stuff with the monitoring part. So let's get started. This is the first time or it's a new account, and we'll be doing everything from the scratch, from installing uh, or creating a cluster and then installing the application. So it's going to be really amazing, lot of fun. So let's get started. So first, what I have done, this is my account. I already log in here. I open Cloud Assistant also here in case something or somewhere if I need any help, we can ask here. And then also I'll show you something. So right now you see here there is no cluster at the moment. It's completely fresh environment, and you see all the data over there right now. So let's get started. So first, this is my shell. I'll be using shell for this demo. It's very easy and it is fast to just to save a time. So first what we need to do is first we need to set up our project. So you can just simply run this command. This is the second time I'm running this because at the first time when I run this, I faced some issues with my recording software, so I had to start all over again. And this is my project ID. This is my real project ID, and in case if you want, in your case, you can go to the console, and if you want to copy, you just click over here and you will get it. Now I'm here, and you can see my project ID is set now. Now I need to set the region first, because in that region we're going to deploy all our resources. So each single time whenever we run any command, we don't need to specify the region. So first I'll just say gcloud config set, and I'll specify my region over here. So now my region is set. Now the next thing is that we need to deploy the GKE cluster, and for that I already prepare my command, which is gcloud container create a cluster, and then I'll use this command. I think because I was having some error, so that's why it's a resize. So instead of that, we need to say create. Okay. Initially, what happened when I was testing it, I faced issue with the number of nodes. So I had specified 1, and before it was 3. So again, we have some error. Let me see what it is. Default pool, maximum node per pool. Okay. Let me just simply copy this, and I'll ask Gemini the best thing to do over here. And well, let me check what it is. So gcloud container unorganized argument node pool default is because initially we were having 3, so now this command is basically adjusting it. Let me see, we need the new one. So create cluster resize 2. I want to create a new. Okay, yeah, it's here, I think. So gcloud create a cluster, this one. Let's try this. Let me clear this and let me make a little bit up here. Run. Yeah, I think now it's running. We can see progress from here as well. Let's just refresh. Yeah, you see now it's in the progress now. The cluster has been created when you click here. So right now we are just creating the cluster. Cluster means we'll be deploying the control plane, network, and related things. We are not going to deploy the application. We are not doing deployment of the application at the moment. It's just a cluster creations, and we will see the VM, the worker node VM, which we have specified. One case is 1 VM, right? So one node we have specified here. So this is the command to create a cluster. The second one is the default pool, and the number of node, the one node, the one worker node. That means one VM running all the pods in that. So for testing purpose, it's okay. And we specify the US East 1 as a region. So it's going to be multi-region, multi-zone, because we specify the region, so it can manage, but we need to increase the number of node. In case if you have 2 node, 3 node, it can distribute accordingly. So right now in our case, it's just 1. So let it be. So yeah, what we are doing is that we are creating a cluster with the name of day 2 ops. The region we specify the US East 1, and instead of 3 node we specify 1 node because I have some sort of limitation. So right now I'll just make it 1. And machine type I did not specify right now in this one, but we can specify the machine type also, which is E2 standard, in case if you want to. Right now I just leave it as it is and I just run the command. So it's okay, it's creating, it's doing the same thing. It will pick the machine name in the background because in the background it has to deploy the VM only to run those containers, right? Once it will take some time. So if you want to access these nodes, what usually I'm doing, I'm preparing my test cases whenever I'm doing, or whenever I'm working, I'm making note for myself, and then I saved on somewhere on the OneNote or somewhere on the VS Code, and then I push it to my Git repository. So next time, even if I want to take any reference from there, I can do it. So if you want to access on that repository, just comment me in, just put your comment, and then I'll try to give you access on that repository, so you can also have access on all my labs or the commands or the test cases which I'm doing it. So now it's configuring, deploying, and now we are at the last stage, which is health check. Let's wait for some time. And other details we can check from here. Okay, you can see that default zone. So it took 3 East 1D, US East 1C, and US East 1B, right, in that region. And this is the region right now by default is US East 1 region. Okay, this is our cluster overview. Right now it's provisioning. We can see details from here. These all details is related to cluster. This is the information E2 medium by default it took. OS type it took is container optimized OS by default. We did not need to specify that OS. And this is the IP address of that range. Let me verify some VMs which I had run earlier. Yeah, so you can see that, even you can see those nodes over here. I'll go back to the Kubernetes. Once the cluster is ready, we will be, our next step is that too, we will verify the container list, and we need to make sure that our cluster is up and running, but still it is creating. So for a while, what I will do, I'll pause the video, and once it is done, I'll resume it. So now my cluster is ready, the deployment is done. I'll run the command to verify that. Yeah, so we have all the details over here, the region, the number of node, the running, and IPv and everything, and the version of our GKE also. So all the details we have, and in fact we can verify from the console also, and we'll just refresh here. So now we are ready for our next step, which is to connect this cluster. So for that, what I will do, I will run this command, and this command, what it will do, this command will allow my kubectl or kubectl tool to connect to GKE cluster. So then whatever configuration or whatever we want to do, we can, after that we'll have access on that. So right now my Cloud Shell doesn't have access inside of the GKE clusters. With this command, I'll have all the access. So this command is basically doing 3 things. The first, it will fetch the cluster APIs and server URL. The second thing, it will download the authentication and the credentials. And the third thing it will be doing is that update your kubeconfig files. And then after that, with your tool like kubectl, you are fully pointed to GKE cluster now. So you can manage the GKE cluster, and to verify that, we'll run the kubectl get nodes and we'll see the related informations about node. So I'll copy this. I'll say kubectl get nodes. You can see that now 3 node is there. They are in the ready state right now and they are ready to run the containers. Okay, so now what the next thing we have to do is that we need to now do the real deployment of the project. So this is the Git repository available from the Google, and this is the demo project, and it is under the Google URL. So we can go there, and this is the repository we will use for this demo. So I'll copy this and then I'll just clone the first, this one. And what it's going to do is that I'll show you the manifest file as well. So we can go to the release, and this is my Kubernetes manifest file. So you can see that what all configuration is going to do, how many replica it will create, what all the ports it will expose to, everything. So simply right now what I'm doing, I'm just clone that, and next step is that once my cloning part is done, I'll get into the folder, and then I just need to simply apply this manifest file to run the deployment. Take some time. I'll simply go here and verify. Just need to click workload and refresh here, because now what we are doing is we are deploying the workload. So it's created now. I'll just refresh here. Yeah, it's creating workload now. So basically this file, it will take care of deployment, services, config. You can say like basically the entire abstract. And the second thing, the code what we have here from the Google, this is complete e-commerce demo applications. It has a multiple containers, and those containers are talking to each other without any issue. I have tested this earlier, and if you want to use it for your lab purpose or testing purpose, you can definitely use this. And in fact, on the Google cloud platform, on the Git, there are many cool stuff available here for your lab or for your testing. So feel free and use it, man. Now I'll just run the kubectl get pods, the same command to see our pods, and we can see that now our pods are running, right? And still something in pending, so that will also complete by the time. Let's just run again. We need to wait to see this. Yeah, so now what we need to do, we need to expose this to internet, and for that what we can do is that simply we can gateway, let me see this thing. Okay, this is my front end external. Let me try to open this. Yeah, still I think some container is loading, that's why. See, let's wait for some time. By the time I'll pause the recording. Yes, friend. So I pause it for a while and I face many errors as well. And those errors basically related to the quota. because I had some sort of quota enable on the this account, so I had to run multiple commands to just to fix that, and this is the summary of it. So first I faced the infrastructure related quota where I was having some limitations on the in-use address and also on the SSDs, and also I face issues related to the instance and all. So but Gemini really helped me in this with some quick command, and now my cluster is up and running and application is also up and running. So you can say this is the demo application, so each one is running from the different pods. So let's say this product is running from the different one, we have cart option available here that is running on the different container. I'll go back to now my cluster is healthy, you see worker, and then I click on the workers. You can see everything is okay here. Still the load balancer is kind of doing some sort of command task in the background, and you can verify the other stuff here from your services. I'll click service here, and you can see all your services is now okay and activate. So that's it for today, guys. You know that deploying a cluster on GKE cluster or Kubernetes cluster on Google is pretty much straightforward, very easy, and in case you'll face any error where you required any troubleshooting, Gemini is there to help you, and also you can search on the errors. This is also another advantage, and now my cluster is ready, application is here. So thank you so much, guys. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.